Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about PUBG Update 32.1, which is on live servers today, October 10th, and then next week, October 17th for console. And this is a massive patch. We have new arcade mode. We have all kinds of gunplay updates, including the DBS, the Lynx, the FAMAS, the MG3, and the list goes on. So let's go over everything you need to know about this patch and then what you can expect coming in the next couple of weeks. All right, now keep in mind, guys, I haven't played this patch yet. It doesn't come out till tomorrow morning. I'm recording this video as of October 9th. So tomorrow night we'll be streaming it on Twitch and YouTube. Come by, check it out. We'll talk about all the changes and actually get a feel for how they play in the game. Now here are the highlights for update 32.1. The zombie arcade mode that was added recently is getting a new difficulty, a nightmare difficulty, where if you complete it, you can actually earn 700 G coin in game. So talk about some awesome free rewards for playing what I think is a really cool mode. Next up, we have gunplay updates. So we have the DBS and the Lynx AMR are going to care packages for all maps. The Lynx AMR only was available on Miramar before, and now it's on every map. The DBS, if you remember right, was at one time in the care package. It was nerfed and pulled out, and now it's being put back into the care package. The FAMAS is getting a buff. The MG3 is getting a buff. There's P90 and Mark 14 rebalances. The muzzle brake is also getting a nerf. So a ton of gunplay changes. And what's really important about that muzzle brake nerf is I'm in the process of editing the Ultimate PUBG Attachment Guide 2.0. I need to go and record some new footage to replace the muzzle brake part of that video. So I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure to be subscribed to get notified when that video drops very soon. The blue chip system is finally being updated, where you can now get recalled every 2.5 minutes from the start of the match. So no longer do you have to wait until the end of every phase to potentially bring your teammate back. There's going to be a countdown of 2.5 minutes as you go along the match. So more opportunities to get your teammates back in the game. And of course, there's going to be skins and store updates. I'll cover all of that in detail in a future video, but the new Survivor Pass is going to be called Bedtime Beasts. So another like Pajama Party 2.0. A couple of old collabs are coming back, a couple of new collabs, and a brand new progressive Car 98 skin. All right, starting first off with the server mergers, the region merge. So if you missed my last video, basically what we're going to be seeing on this update is a big change for most people's servers, the regions that you log into. So if you're in Asia, Korea, and Japan, you're now being combined with Asia. North America and South America are being combined into what they're just going to be calling the America servers. We believe that those servers are still going to be located in North America. And then OC and SEA, Southeast Asia, are being combined into just Southeast Asia. And then for console, it's very similar. NA and SA are going together. And then Asia and OC are going to APAC. And if you want to know all the details about what to expect with that, go check my recent video. I have it pinned down in the comments down below. Moving on to gunplay changes. This is the stuff I'm really excited to see. So several adjustments have been made, starting with the muzzle brake. Previously, the muzzle brake gave you 10 vertical and horizontal recoil and 50% camera shake control. Now, it only gives you 8 vertical and horizontal recoil and only 35 camera shake reduction. So this is a very big nerf. I will say, just by reading this, I still think for most weapons, the reduction in camera shake is still going to be more important than the added reduction in recoil that the compensator gives over the muzzle brake. But of course, more testing will come with that. Like I said before, be sure to be subscribed to this channel when I upload my Ultimate PUBG Attachment Guide 2.0, which I'm in the process of editing as we speak. You'll be notified when that video drops, and that's going to go over all the attachments, not just the muzzles. The FAMAS is finally allowing us to add a quick draw extended and extended quick draw mag. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been preaching about this for a long time. PUBG Mobile actually made this change over a year ago, and it's been long needed for the FAMAS. So now this weapon, which is a extremely powerful assault rifle that shoots as fast as an SMG, is going to be still in the care package, and you can put an extended or extended quick draw mag, which you're really going to want because 30 rounds just doesn't cut it. But now that you'll be able to have 40 or 42 rounds in the magazine of the FAMAS, I don't think anyone's going to ever leave that one in the crate. The MG3, when I didn't think it was possible to buff the best weapon in the game, they found a way to do it again. Reload speed has been increased by 20%. So it used to take 8 seconds to reload the MG3. Now it's getting a 20% reduction, and the horizontal recoil has been decreased by 5%. So that's not a huge decrease in recoil, but considering this doesn't allow any attachments and a muzzle brake only gives you 8% recoil reduction, I think 5% is awesome. I'll definitely take it. And most of you guys know this is my favorite weapon in the game. And hopefully seeing this getting a buff is maybe kind of a little peek behind the curtain. Is PUBG maybe looking to do a skin finally for the MG3? It still doesn't have one. Hello, CDome MG3 skin win, maybe? Let me know in the comments if you'd want that. The P90, has the reticle size been increased? The weight of the 5.7 ammo has also been increased. Oh, interesting. So this is actually kind of a nerf for the P90. The reticle size has been increased and the weight of the ammo has been increased. Interesting. So this gun still comes with, what, 200 rounds in the crate, if I remember? I wonder how much more it's going to weigh now, the ammo, I mean. Mark 14 is getting a nerf. The damage is being reduced from 61 to 60, and the rate of fire reduced from 661 to 600 rounds per minute. Now, obviously, that's not going to affect you if you're single tap firing it, but when you use it in a full auto mode, you'll definitely feel that. That's interesting. I honestly don't see why this is getting nerfed. I didn't feel like it was overpowered in a sense. You know, obviously it's one of the best guns in the game, no question. The very versatile weapon because you can use it short range and long range. But that's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that to get a nerf. Speaking of interesting, the DBS is being added back to the care packages. If you remember, years ago, it was introduced into the care packages. And I believe it was on Sandhawk only for a short bit of time, but it was quickly taken out of the care package and given a big nerf and entered into the world spawn. Now going back into the care package, but it is getting a buff, a pretty big buff here. So the damage is going from 26 to 28. The rate of fire is significantly increased from 375 to 480. The time required for pump action is being reduced, so you're going to be boom, boom, like really fast. Recoil has been reduced by 20%, and the buckshot spread decreased by 30%. Holy crap, this thing is going to dominate. I mean, it already was a great freaking gun, but oh my God, dude, this thing is going to be nasty. Mark my words, this is going to be nasty. And it's going to be in every crate on every map. So definitely pick that up. Finally, the Lynx AMR is being added to care packages on all maps. The legendary 50 cal sniper that no one ever uses because it's only on one crate on one map, maybe some of the times. I still will stand by this. The Lynx AMR only having 10 bullets makes it one of the worst guns in the game. I know you might disagree. I know my boy Bob disagrees with me. Having only 10 bullets, the fact that it doesn't one shot an enemy, I don't see it as worth it. If it's late game and you can really use it to eliminate the rest of the enemies, yeah, maybe sure. But mid game, would you really drop your sniper rifle for only 10 bullets in the Lynx and then potentially not have any long range weapon for the rest of the game? I don't know. It's a very, very, very risky. The spawn rates of the DBS in the Lynx AMR in special spawns like the secret room, lab camp, and market have been adjusted. Oh, interesting. So you might actually get this bad boy in the secret rooms, the securities, all that kind of stuff. DBS has been removed from ranked, or not removed, but removed from special spawns. DBS has been removed from the spawn kits in a team deathmatch. Oh, so recently they've made changes to the gunplay experiences by adjusting the mainstream weapons, the SMGs, the attachments, the introduction of the muzzle brake, blah, blah, blah. Update 32.1 builds on this by further diversifying the care package weapon selection. The FAMAS and MG3 are being buffed, which is crazy. The MG3 is so good. Stop leaving that gun in the crate. The FAMAS, okay, gotcha. MG, the reload speed. Meanwhile, the P90 has the highest win rate of all care package weapons with high rates of fire, primarily due to its low recoil and high power with minimal risk despite having limited ammo, and the fact that it still gets all the benefits of the SMG limit damage multiplier. Let's not talk about that, I guess. To balance this, we've increased the weight of the ammo. The much-loved Mark 14 boasted the highest damage and RPM among DMRs, prompting us to nerf its power. In addition, we've included the Lynx AMR, which is previously excluded. Okay, gotcha. I wonder if they're going to move the O12 to all maps now. Now that the DBS comes out of all maps or out of the world spawn and goes to care packages, I feel like it's about time we put the O12 into all maps, because I don't know about you guys, I hate map-specific weapons. I wish all of the maps had all the weapons and I could choose which weapon I want to use every time I play PUBG. And this is just talking about the muzzle brake nerf, so no big deal there. Okay, recall system. We are revamping the recall system based on your feedback. And I will say this, look, this is a big positive change. Okay, it is a big positive change. But I will just say it does feel like they're trying to listen to feedback, but still stick their heels in the ground, and you'll see why. Recall flights will now appear at regular intervals of 2.5 minutes after the match begins instead of once per phase. So the way it used to go, you start the game, you had to wait, and if you died off the rip, you had to wait all the way until phase 2 started. So phase 1 had to start closing, close, go to phase 2. That took like legitimately 6 or 7 minutes in some maps, maybe even more, like a Miramar. That's way too long. So now at the very start of the match, a countdown timer is going to happen on your screen. It's going to say 2.5 minutes. And at the end of that 2.5 minute phase, the respawn helicopter will go over top. So within that time frame, you have to get your teammates' chip to the recall station, do the recall animation, and then they'll come in at that next 2.5 minute interval. Recall flights will not fly from phase 7 onwards, which is the same as what it previously was. Phase 7 onwards, you couldn't recall somebody. The total number of recall flights per match will be slightly increased to make up for the lower time interval. The blue chip towers and blue chip transmitters will be deactivated once the final flight recall flight appears. So after that, the one right before phase 7, I guess is what they're saying. So once that one appears, you can no longer do the recalls. Since the recall system can now be used immediately after the match starts, the notification for when the blue chip recall system devices become active has been removed. That's just a little on-screen prompt that would tell you, hey, you can use blue chip now, because now it's always going to be available. So like if you landed with the very first building you landed on, if you got a blue chip transmitter and your teammate died, you could instantly boop, 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 do it. They wouldn't come back instantly, but they would come back at the first 2.5 minute interval, which is a really good change. I still wish it was instantly. I do think that still needs to be the play, but this is better than what it was before. And these, honestly, the recall flights, it doesn't matter. Like the timer is the only thing you really need to be concerned with. And also just remember, once you hit phase 7, you can't be recalled. Okay. The recall flight path. So now the route of the recall flight is now determined by the play area rather than the safe zone. Okay, interesting. So hopefully your recall flight path is going to give you more landing options than before. That was one of the problems, obviously, is that, you know, if your teammate revived you way out in the blue zone, by the time you get called back, they're still way out in the blue zone. You're way far away from them. Hopefully this kind of brings you a little bit closer together, but again, still not ideal. You're not coming back instantly, and you're not coming back right where your teammate recalled you, which is what it should. Now, here's another big good change, but again, one of those things that's like, why do we have to not just go the full way, you know? The location of your teammates' blue chips are now shown on both the world map and the mini map. So the X symbol is now the new designation for your teammate being dead. Before it was a skull, now it's just an X, and X is going to designate, hey, your teammate's dead here. This will also tell you where your teammate's blue chip is. The location will no longer be displayed once a teammate picks up the blue chip, or if the blue chip is destroyed or removed. So there's some conflicting information on this. What I understand this to be is the enemy can still come here and deactivate your blue chip, take the blue chip off of your death crate. This will not tell you where the blue chip is on the enemy. I don't think that's what this is saying. There is some reports saying, oh, I think it's going to tell you where the enemy is taking your chip. I don't think that's the case. I think that's misleading. So we'll see tomorrow. But from what I understand is now this thing will always tell you where your teammate's blue chip is if it's on the map or on the death box. Once it's picked up, then this X goes away and you have no idea. If an enemy picks up that blue chip and drops it down again on the map, I don't think you're going to be notified that it's been dropped. And they're also saying if it's destroyed. So you might be asking yourself, how can you destroy a blue chip? Well, there's so many ways you can meme it. You can like put it in a trunk of a car and blow up the car, and then that will destroy the blue chip. So there's ways you can do that. What I'm saying is that why are we still even allowing people to steal blue chips? That shouldn't even be a thing. At this point, we all should agree that the revives are helping the game. They're helping the players. They're helping the player base. It should just be a permanent thing that only teammates can get. The little note says all blue chips can now be obtained instantly. What this is referring to is before, if you were an enemy and you went to go steal an enemy's blue chip, you had to do that little animation, like 2.5 second animation. That animation has been removed. Now you can instantly pick up the blue chip and just run off with it if you're the enemy. So you knock my teammate, you mouse 1 and instantly flush my teammate. You can run to their body, immediately grab their blue chip out of the loot box and just run off with it and go dump it in a bush just like you could before. And I'll have no way of knowing where that blue chip is, which again, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. So let's see what they have to say about it. 32.1 introduces significant changes to our beloved recall system, LOL. In response to player feedback about long wait times, we're implementing a separate timeline for recall flights, which previously appeared only once per phase. This means you'll see them more frequently during the early stages of the match. We've also adjusted the flight path, which reduced your... Okay, additionally to this update, the location of an eliminated teammate's blue chip will now be displayed on the map. To balance the increase of taking enemies' blue chips, we are removing the 2.5 second rule for neutralizing the blue chip. Yet you see, this doesn't make any sense. The way this reads is now you have a permanent marker on the map of where your teammate's blue chip is, if it's on their death box. And then they're saying that the enemy doesn't have to risk a long pickup time of stealing the blue chip. They can just instantly steal it. Like that, it just doesn't make sense the way this reads. I'm hoping that the location of the blue chip does track with an enemy. I think that would be a good change. I don't think you should be able to steal it, but if you are going to allow people to steal it, then you should be told where that chip is going. So like if the enemy has it on their body, it should tell you where the enemy is. I don't think that's what's happening here. But we'll find out tomorrow. We'll see. Rank Season 32 is getting a few different changes to the way they calculate RP, the weighted points for kills and experience and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, with the server mergers, people have more ranked players, which would be nice to see. Hopefully less cheaters, LOL. The P90 is the rank reward. And take a look at this. This is actually a sick skin for the Season 32 ranked rewards. Not only is it new unique skins of the P90, the skin itself has a rank emblem on the back of it to show you like how high you achieved your rank. I think that's super cool. Very fun addition. More stuff like that I think will be awesome. So those are the emblems. That stuff doesn't change. The hungers that appeared in the multi-care packages and normal matches have vanished for Tago, so they're going back to the regular care package for Tago, and the weather probabilities have been adjusted. Vikindi's comeback BR map has been removed. That was that little map on the bottom right. You don't obviously no longer need that because we have the recall system. This is a little video going over the arcade mode nightmare difficulty. Again, I have tons of videos about the zombie mode. If you want tips and tricks on how to play it, how to beat it, go watch those videos. Otherwise, this new mode will be out. If you beat that new mode, or the new difficulty, I should say, 700 G coin is the bonus for doing so. Changing the UI for some of the customizations. They're actually adding a really cool feature I wanted to highlight. You can finally equip a random or unequip all buttons on the left customization tab. So if you're like me and you got tons of skins, one cool thing that a lot of the community has always said is, what if I could just click a button and the game would randomly apply a piece of items or a piece of clothing to all the item slots for me. So that's pretty cool. So you can do that and auto generate a random outfit based on all of your stuff that you have in your inventory. For gameplay changes, you got some radio message quality of life features with dialogue and emojis. You can quickly select something like that to talk to your teammates without actually having to talk to them with a microphone. So that's cool. The ability to hand items to teammates has been disabled due to the removal of the need ammo and need med dialogue options. Oh, this sucks. This is a really cheeky little feature that they added to the game where you could pull up the wheel, request meds or request ammo, and your teammate could just hit the F key and throw you the ammo or meds that you need. You can't do it anymore. I wonder why they got rid of that. I thought that was a cool feature. The ping system is getting a nice little buff change. Now the pings will always appear on your compass. So like if I ping something behind you, before that ping would never show up. At least now it tells you, here's my ping. You have to just keep rotating, and then eventually this ping will, move over to your new quadrant you're looking at. So that's cool. They're doing a change to how you ping. So check this out. Quick marker has been changed to shot marker. Shot markers are automatically placed when firing your weapon. The quick marker option in setting, keybinds, common tab has been removed. Different ping sounds will be played depending on the situation, and the tactical map marker feature has been removed. So this good and bad, right? So good is that you don't have to remember to ping like, oh, there's an enemy in this window, or I just saw an enemy on the roof. The game's automatically going to apply that when you start shooting your weapon. The bad part about that is sometimes, like you see, just like on this picture, how it shows that a ping marker is right in the window. That ping marker being in the window could block my vision of seeing the enemy that you're trying to call out for me. So the way it was before is you could like put a ping, in the middle of the building without having to shoot your gun. You just press the ping button and go, oh, look, top left window of that building. That's where the enemy's at. But now that ping is going to go right where you're shooting at, which is where you're aiming, which is where the enemy's going to be. I don't think this is going to be a well-received change. We'll see, but just by reading the verbiage and seeing the image, I don't think that's a good thing. We'll see. Dual matchmaking feature has been removed. That's only for ranked mode, how you could queue in for a ranked match, and then at the same time, you could queue into a training mode match as well. That's being removed. Minor tweaks have been made to some character animations, but they don't say exactly what. Inventory stuff, I've already talked about all that in a previous video. Survivor Pass, Bedtime 2.0, workshop, so skins updates. I'll go over that stuff in a follow-up video. Some quality of life changes for the workshop. There's now a select duplicates, cancel all that kind of stuff, which is cool. Workshop, in my opinion, is still the best place to spend your BP in PUBG because you don't have to spend any G coin, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of skins in the workshop, and a lot of them actually really cool. And they have old Survivor Pass skins, they have old esports skins, like really cool stuff in the workshop. Bunch of UI changes, nothing really crazy there. The death marker has been changed to an X icon. We talked about that before. Gunplay stuff, there were gameplay bug fixes. There wasn't really anything super big there. One thing that I didn't see in here, which I thought was weird, was there's a recent bug where when your gun's out of ammo, it used to make a clicking sound, like click, 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 when you try to shoot your gun again. That's gone. Like, so now there's no audio if you run out of ammo and you still try to click your fire button. So I thought that might have been fixed, but it doesn't seem to be fixed yet. So like I said, that was a big patch to go over. That's everything you need to know in update 32.1. Again, you're watching this video Thursday morning. I'm going to be live Thursday night playing the update. We'll go over all the skins while we're live and see what the patch feels like. See what these buffs and nerfs feel like. See what the server merger feels like. And again, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and get subscribed for more PUBG content I've got for you guys, including obviously all these news and updates, but also that PUBG attachment guide I got coming in the works. And I'm going to be doing some testing on the new server merger to see if there's a certain software that we can use to help lower our pings if we have ping problems following the server merger. So more details to come on that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night stream or tonight's stream.